yes. Hey everyone, welcome to our group song awaited presentation about culture. I'm Kaylin and my teammates are here as well, Kun and Andrea, and we're going to be talking about our group project. As you may know, in this week's aim on expanding our post from just food, clothing, and music to other aspects of culture, we are diving straight today into traditions.
Hi guys, so I'm pretty sure you've seen us on Instagram already at culture.ifi. So our group is essentially about culture and we hope to inspire you guys and other teenagers as well to take more pride into your own individual cultures and be more educated on it.
So throughout the project, we posted a lot of fun fact stories, giveaways, and posts regarding culture, all in hopes that you guys kind of feel the initiative to learn more about culture and be proud of our individual roots. So without further ado, let's start the presentation about Indonesia's traditional rituals.
So there are four types of rituals we will be talking about today. The first one is Yadnya Kasada, which is a harvest offering ritual. The second one will be Kabaw-Kabawan, which is a disease prevention ritual. The third one will be Mesoryak, which is a ritual to deliver ancestors. And lastly, Ngaben, which is a cremation ritual.
So the first type of ritual that we're going to be talking about today would be the Kasada, which is a harvest offering ritual that is held in the east of Java. So, first of all, what is Kasada's purpose? Why does it exist in the first place? Kasada is a day of ceremonial offerings to commemorate the sacrifice of Radha Kusmain in the form of an offering to Sang Hyang Widi. So, how did it start? What's the history behind the origination of Kasada? It all started from the story of Rara Anteng, the princess of the king of Majapahit, and Jaka Sugar, the son of Brahmana. The couple Rara Anteng and Jaka Sugar built settlements and then ruled in the Tengger area as Purbo Wesa Mangkrut ing Tengger, which means Budiman Tengger ruler. They were not gifted with children, so they meditated the Samyang Widi, which is the supreme god of the Indonesian Hinduism. Once they had meditated towards the Samyang Widi, there was a sudden magical voice saying that their meditation would come true. However, there was a catch. There was a written condition that if they had an offspring, the youngest child would have to be sacrificed to the crater of Mount Bromo. Devotees now hold this ritual to serve as a way of expressing appreciation to their gods, whom they believe have granted them with methods of blessings, abundance, and welfare. So, what makes up the ritual? Yadnya Kasada starts at the Pendopo Agung Desa Ngadisari, which is basically the grand hall of the village, and acts as the starting point of the Yadnya Kasada procession. Offerings begin to be distributed to the Luhur Poten temple at the sand grounds, which is known as the Poten, right at the bottom of Mount Bromo. Following the ritual, the Tengger tribe shamans, the local public figures, and Tenggerese people gather and pray for their safety and prosperity. So, what happens on the actual day of the Kasada? On the actual day of the Yadnya Kasada, devotees who have journeyed up the mountain pray together on top, and then they throw their offerings into the crater of the volcano. On the 14th day of the Kasada, the Tengris go to the Potan Bromo and ask for blessing from the main deity, Hyang Widiwasa, and the Maradeva, the god of the mountain. By offering sacrifices which include vegetables, fruit, livestock, flowers, as well as money, and are offered in grateful thanks for an abundance of agricultural produce and livestock given to them. Sometimes, locals even clamber down into the crate, despite obvious dangers and warnings, to retrieve the sacrificed goods as they believe that it brings them good luck. So here are pictures of the Rara Antang, who is the princess of the king of Majapahit, and Jaka Sagar, her husband. And this is a picture of what the crate of Mount Bromo looks like, where the devotees climb up to offer their sacrifices. And these are pictures of people lining up to throw their sacrifices into the mountain crate. As you can see, there are a lot of foods, livestock, and other things being thrown into the mountain crate as sacrifices.
So next up, the next ritual we'll be talking about is Kabaw-Kabawan, which is a disease prevention ritual held in Banyuwangi. So first, what is the Kabaw-Kabawan's purpose? Well, Kabaw-Kabawan is a special tradition that originated from East Java to ward off epidemics. How did it start? What's the history behind this ritual? Well, kabokoboan is a tradition that is believed to have originated from the outbreak of diseases in humans and plants in Alas Malang village. The mysterious disease made a number of residents starve and even died. A village elder named Mbah Kanti went to the hill to do meditation to ask for guidance and healing related to the problems that befell the residents in his village. It was from this meditation activity that Mbak Kanti received a message so that the residents of Alas Malang village carried out the traditional village salvation ritual. Miraculously, after the implementation of this traditional ritual, the disease that had attacked the residents suddenly disappeared, likewise with pests that attacked people's crops in the fields. Since that event, the Kabakoboan village clean ritual ceremony has been held every year. The people of Alasmalang village believe that this ritual has protected them from the threat of human and plant diseases. So, what makes up the ritual? The Kabokoboan traditional ceremony consists of a series of events. 1 week before the ceremony, the people of the Alas Malang village carried out activities to clean their respective homes. The day before the ritual, the woman would gather to prepare offerings starting from tumpeng, kinang ayu, water jug, ingkung, ayam, etc. In addition, they also prepared ceremonial equipment such as hose, plain pitong, rice, bananas, and etc. The offerings that have been prepared will also be placed at every corner of the road intersection. At night, the Kabokaboan ceremony breaks. It is the turn of the village youths to take action. They are tasked with preparing crops, sugarcane, cassava, and others. The plants that have been prepared by the Hamlet youth will be planted along the Krajan Hamlet Road. In addition, the Hamlet youth also had to prepare a dam. The function of this dam is to irrigate the newly planted plants. So these are some pictures related to the Kabokaboan. So the first picture you see here on the left is what the ritual looks like. As stated before, 1 week before the ceremony, the people of the Alas Malang village carried out activities to clean their homes. Then after that, the day before the ritual, the woman would actually prepare offerings, like you see on the right here, the tumpang, water jug, and ingkung ayam. Well, if you didn't know what a water jug looks like, here now you know. Next, here you also have the ceremonial equipment. As we said, they prepare the ceremonial equipment before the night of the Kabokabawan. Then then actually at the night when the youth take action, they start preparing the crops and the cassava, the sugarcane, and also they prepare a dam in which it will irrigate the newly planted plants. Then what happens on the day of the ritual actually? Well, the ceremony begins with prayer and eating tumpeng together. There are 12 tumpengs provided at the joint meal program. The number represents the cycle of human life, 12 hours a day and 12 hours a night. After the ceremonial comes the peak event called Ider Bumi. Foolishness and ceremony participants marched around Krajan Hamlet. In the lineup of the participants of the ceremony, there are village elders, community leaders, Hamlet officials, Hadra players, Barong players, and Hamlet residents. Meanwhile, in the front row, apart from Kabakawan or people dressed as buffalo, there is a woman who symbolizes Dewi Sri, who is the Javanese, Sundanese, and Balinese goddess of rice and fertility. Before going to the residents' rice fields, the participants of this traditional ceremony will go to the dam first. They witnessed how the prison guards the sluice gate opened the dam and the water flowed to irrigate the plants that had been planted by the residents along the Hamlin Road. Here you can see on the bottom are the pictures of the people marching out. Then now, what is the reason behind choosing Carabao as a symbol? You may think like it's a very unique animal, and like why would they choose it? Well, this imitation buffalo in Cardigan Hamlet is annually chosen by local traditional leaders. The number of people chosen to become imitation buffalo is always the same every year. This is one of the things that distinguishes the Caboan traditional in Cardigan Hamlet, Alas Malang village, from the Caboan tradition in Alian village. So this is actually what it looks like. The people dressed in buffalo, like circling around. It's a very unique tradition indeed. Then now, when I searched about the Alas Malang village, one of the most significant things that popped up on the web was about the Kabokoboan. So it's really something that's significant to their village. And here is a research document that I found online that I think if you want to know more about this unique ritual, you could. It's the knowledge preservation of the mystical cultural legacy of Kabokaboan Alas Malang. You can research it on the website ResearchGate.
So next, we're gonna move to the next ritual, which is Musurya, ritual for prosperity, and this is held in Bali. So the purpose of the Musuryak is to provide offerings and guide ancestors back to the afterlife. After celebrating Galwan and Kuningan, which is another ceremony, the people of Bangan village in Bali carry out the Musuryak. It is held annually every 6 months. So, how exactly is this ritual carried out? So, first, residents would pray at temples before the ceremony starts. The Masuria provides offerings and provisions in the form of rice, eggs, and also other food offerings, and most importantly, money for ancestors who will return to Swargaloka or the afterlife. And the ceremony is to be held from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Afterwards, the family prepares a sum of money for the provisions of their ancestors. All these offerings and provisions are thrown, with other residents taking it. So basically, they're all trying to collect the most money. There's always a cheerful atmosphere as everyone tries to get the offerings. This joyful and vivacious atmosphere is present to honor the ancestors who have not reached true happiness. So the true essence of the Masuriak is gratitude for prosperity and wealth, and is also being a form of gratefulness towards Sanghyang Widi, which was a supreme god, which Quinn mentioned before. So these are some of the offerings. So rice, eggs, and money. So this is how it's carried out. So the first picture is picture of money being thrown around everywhere, and a lot of people are like reaching to get it and trying to collect the most. And the second picture is the of offering and provisions they have prepared for the ancestors to guide them back to the afterlife. So next, the next ritual is Namen, which is also held in Bali. So Namen is one of the most significant aspects in Balinese culture. So since the majority of Balinese residents practice Hinduism, this cremation ceremony is to release the soul in a cleansing fire of cremation. In regards to the belief that only a pure soul is able to be reincarnated. Laban is commemorated to guide spirits to their next life. So, how is this ritual carried out? Laban is generally a joyous occasion and is also considered as a celebration. The date in which Laban is held depends on the family's financial condition, and it can even happen a year after the person's death. So, first, the ritual starts by calling out the Atma or the soul. Afterwards, the body is cleansed and given symbolic amenities to make sure that the body is in the perfect condition for the next life. Next, the priests and elders say their prayers and ask for a smooth journey to the other side. So the next part of the ritual revolves around the family and symbolizes their acceptance of their loved one's departure from this life. The body will be laid inside a coffin, inside an ox or temple-shaped sarcophagus, which is basically a stone coffin, and it is carried out in a certain manner to return the physical elements of the body to the universe and say farewell to families, relatives, and other members of the community. Lastly, another set of mantras and prayers are chanted before the body is set on fire. The fire devours the body, with the remaining bones crushed separately. Lastly, the ashes will be released into a body of water, like a river or the sea, and this concludes the process of celebrating death and welcoming new life. So this is the sarcophagus I was talking about earlier. So that's a coffin, the stone coffin, and it's being carried by locals. So the the two pictures are both shows the cremation process. So the body is set on fire, and the other remaining bones are crushed separately after the cremation happens.
Thank you everyone for tuning into our second IGTV this week. Please look out and stay tuned for more. We have fact checked everything, so we hope that you find all of our information factual and useful. Have a good day and don't forget to immerse yourself into more of Indonesia's culture.
Thank you, everyone. Peace.
Yay!
Bye.